I seen everybody, Ty. Guess what?
I know.
Phil died.
Phil died?
He got his arm caught up in the machine and they cut it off. Yep. And he bled to death.
Oh my God.
Blues to me is nothing but, oh man, blues is, a baby had a blues. Everybody had a blues. Blues to me is nothing but a good man feeling bad, or a good woman, or anybody's feeling bad, a good person. Doesn't matter, everybody had a blues. When the slaves couldn't do what they wanted to do, they'd start singing these songs, and that brought them joy. Well, I went down to the crossroads, fall down on my knees. Well, I went down to the crossroads, fall down on my knees. If anybody see me, will you help a poor boy if you please? You can run, tell my friend Willie Brown. You can run, tell my friend Willie Brown. Well, I'm standing at the crossroads, Lord knows I'm singing down. Going down the Rosedale, gonna have my woman on my side. Yes, he was my best friend. We grew up together, me and Phil. We was like the Three Musketeers, me, Phil, and another friend of ours, which passed away too. And it's just, you know, wild when you lose your best friend, especially after you ain't seen him in a long time and you hear this. And I was just looking at a picture a year ago of me and him together, and I was wondering how he was doing, and he's passed away. God took him away. And then my other friend just died of AIDS. A lot of my friends are gone, and I think half of them left not naturally. You know, you be in the right place at the wrong time, anything can happen. But if you try to be aware of that and watch the company you have around you, you have a better chance of surviving. You know, I just thank God that I made it through a lot of stuff. I made it through hell and back, and I'm here because a lot of my friends didn't even see 18 or 19 or 20. And I just thank God I'm here to see it. My neighborhood is finna get ready to be bought out by a hospital. It's good to see all my friends and all the people that's still alive that, you know, still. This neighborhood brought a lot of music out in the early 60s and 70s. There was a lot of bands in this neighborhood. I mean, it was bands on every block, you know, and it was a great neighborhood to live in when I was a kid. Hey, Joe, how you doing, man? You know it. Yeah, I'm sticking there, brother. I'm still sticking there. I gotta get your CD though. That's right. You remember we talked about this on your porch? I remember when you said if you ever make it, don't forget where you come from. And I can't. You made it, man. It's bad when a grown-up tell a kid you can't do nothing. You won't be what you won't become nothing. And I had a lot of people in my community used to tell me that, you know, as a kid. You just wasting your time. You don't need. I had a teacher in kindergarten one time told me, you're a kid, and your teacher tells you what you want to be. I want to be a fireman. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a policeman. I told my teacher I wanted to be a guitar player, and she looked at me and said, "You'll never be nothing." Now that's sort of hard on a kid. You know, I went home and told my mother, my teacher told me I won't be nothing. You know, and my mother looked at me and said, "Don't listen to her, son." real mother, Beatrice Matlock Newell, and my real father, Quincy Newell, lived in LA, and I was born in LA, and from there I guess they were like gypsies. They traveled all over, and they stopped in Chicago when I was like 2 months old. I guess I was real sick, and my father's sister took me in and said, hey, don't take this baby nowhere else, and she took me. Her and her husband, Wesley Williams, Moody, they had instruments in the house, banjos, pianos, tambourines, you know. And from there, as I got older, I started playing guitar when I was 4. And I just kept on playing and playing. I had to play in church every Sunday. Didn't know what I was playing, you know, but everybody loved it. They said, boy, you sure can play that guitar, you know, especially the preachers. That boy gonna be a guitar player one day, you know. And I kept it up and kept it up. My dad, Moody, was not my real father. He raised me. He was a very strict man. Only the strong survive. He used to always tell me that, as you know, growing up as a kid, making sure that I stay on the right track. But he always made me practice. You know, my friends would want to go and play football, baseball, play hockey. You know, in my neighborhood we play hockey too. You know, it's hard to find black guys who play hockey, but we do. You know, you know, I couldn't do that. I had to practice and then go and play. And then what was so funny about my dad, he used to lock me up in the closet. We had this closet that looked like a big room, and he'll put this close and play record player in there, and he'll give me all these blues records like Albert King, B.B. King. The first one I remember he gave me was a Johnny Lee Hooker 45, Boom Boom. And he said, boy, you learn from Johnny Lee Hooker, you got it made. So I went in there and I practiced and every time he said, let me hear you. He said, you ain't going outside till you get this song together. So I played the song, and he said, you ain't got it yet. So I go back in and try it. Now, you got to understand, Moody was not a musician. Moody was a factory worker, a man lived down south, had it hard. I mean, very hard. He married my mother when they was 13 years old. They got married when they was 13. But his family had musicians in it. In his family, in his roots. He used to play a little guitar. I remember times where he used to bust a bottle, maybe after he finished drinking his beer or some wine, he'll bust the bottle and make a slide and would just slide on get on the porch and play guitar. But only time he played guitar was when my moms made him mad. And that was the crazy part, you know, because I used to go back there. He said, come here, boy, listen to this. And I go back there, he said, I'm going to leave this morning. I believe I dust my broom. I said, Daddy, why you singing that? Because your mama made me mad, boy. You know, that's what the blues is all about. He says, nothing but a good man feeling bad. He used to tell me that so many times, you know, so many times as a youngin', as they call me. And from there, it just grew. The blues was just embedded in me from playing in church, from listening to Moody. He used to take me down Maxwell Street, Jewtown, 12th Street, which ain't there no more. And that's where Holland Wolf, I used to see the great Holland Wolf, Muddy Waters. I mean, you know, Johnny Lee Hooker. This is before they even made it to the top. They was just hanging down on the street making little scraps, dimes and nickels. And here I am, a little guy, a little baby like my son running around right now, listening to this music. Listening to this music that they played every Sunday on the streets. It was some Sundays we would go to church, and it was some Sundays we wouldn't go to church, and we'll go right down Jewtown and shop and listen to the blues bands. And it was really a good experience, because I believe if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be playing the blues as well as I do now. You know, you have to live it, you got to eat it, and I lived it a long time. Oh, yeah, I loved him very much. Even though he was not my real dad, I loved him when he died, it was the worst thing ever happened in my life. It was just different for me. I just thought my dad would never die. I thought my dad was a hero to me. And when he died, it was the worst thing ever happened to my life. It was the worst thing ever happened. He wasn't there for my graduation. I played, set my soul free. It's the only thing I have. I didn't finish school like other people did, get a college degree.
It's like brothers. You could say we brothers now, because we've been together for a very long time. We saw shooting stars together, been homeless together. We slept in the streets, in the parks, slept over people's houses. We used to eat like these dollar hot dogs. You get two of them for $1. And that's what we used to survive off of.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, I gave up. I gave up because nobody wasn't listening to me. When nobody will listen to you, what you do, you give up. Some people give up. Some people, like I said, only the strong survive, like my dad said. But sometimes, man, the road get really tough. And sometimes you just gotta put it down. I mean, I played places and played places, and I sat in with other bands and stuff, and sat in the jam sessions, and people wouldn't let me play, or I let them play my guitar, and they just demolish it because they was making a statement like I'm better than you. There's nobody better than nobody. You can learn more from each other and maybe know a little bit more than the next man or the next woman. Only person is better is God. If you're better than somebody, you could create another world. But it was hard. I had to put the guitar down and had to just leave it alone because it just bothered me a lot. I'm trying to play like everybody else and trying to get out there. Nobody wasn't giving me a chance. I always got fucked. I'm tired of being bent over and getting, jabbed all the time. Well, we gonna do this for you. I quit high school for one band, and it never, I thought I was going somewhere. I thought I was gonna make $1 million. Told my mom, quitting high school. This ain't gonna do nothing for me. And went on the road with this guy, and he just made me feel bitter. But I didn't lose the love. I didn't lose the love. I never lose the love for it. I got the passion. It's just a wonderful thing when you got a kid. When you get a kid, it sort of, settle you down a little bit. If I didn't have a kid, I'd probably be dead.
When I first told my family about Pete, they were not happy. My mother was very upset. And I actually stopped seeing Pete because of a conflict I had with my mom. But we're real close, and she trusts me, and she knows that I know good people when I meet them. And now that we're married, he's part of the family. They all love him. But it was an adjustment. They weren't the mixed marriage, and they were worried about how society would see that, and if we had kids, how would it affect them, and they were looking into the future, and as mothers do, worry about you. But everybody loves him. They're very supportive of him and the family, and they hope to see his dreams come true.
My mother still don't accept that I'm married to a white woman, But I don't look at her as a white woman. I look at her as she's a woman. A woman is a woman. I don't care if she was polka dot, blue, pink, green, lime green, fluorescent yellow, whatever. If I love her, that's all that matters.
I've been shopping with Alex, and I've had people make comments just what a beautiful boy he is. And but I did, one woman that was in a shop told me that she also was married to a black man and had some biracial kids, and she moved up here and she had a lot of problems with it. So it's a concern of mine when Alex gets into school, and I don't know, I worry about it. If Alex runs into that, Pete's really going to have to talk to him, because I can't relate. I've never I've never had anyone meet me and because of the color of my eyes or my hair or my skin dismiss me. And I think if that happens to Alex, it'll break my heart. But it's a possibility. So Pete will have to be the one to explain, because he's the one that will have that experience. I can't ever relate to it.
Hi. Yeah, hi. This is my son, Alex.
I'm gonna do this one for my wife because she told me to do it for her. And she's not here, she's home with my son, so we'll do this one.
I could listen to Pete play 3 times a day, because if you've ever seen him play, he never ever plays the same show twice, which always amazed me when I went out to see him. He doesn't have a set list, he doesn't play the same songs, and every time I saw him, he always played something I had never heard him play before.
I couldn't stay very long. What kind of place an alley could be? I see you back there, Shane.
See, blues, a lot of people got the wrong impression of blues, too. There are sad blues, and there are happy blues, there are sassy blues, there are nasty blues, and there's energized blues, and there are psychedelic blues. That's 6 that I can think of, and 7 is my lucky number, I always say. Albert King, Freddie King, the original guys, Johnny Lee Hooker, man, they had the blues. Here's Johnny Lee Hooker, 90-some years old, maybe 100, still doing it. Talking about bad times, good times, women that he used to be with, women he left. And that's what it's all about. You know, even my music, it's happy, it's sad. The blues to me is whatever you want it to be. I mean, it's some nights I can play like, man, the world is coming to the end. But then again, I can get on this rocket and take you for a ride and play you some 21st century blues.
I think I got the blues, baby. The 21st century blues. I'm gonna play the blues in the 21st century, man. I got the 21st century blues.
You know, music soothes the savage beast. Music can calm down a lot of stuff. Music can change the colors, the way of the world. You know, you see guys, I've been in bars where a fight's been broken out and I play something real smooth and it'll mellow out. But then I have played where I have played so intense, the fight will last.
I watch a lot of musicians, and a lot of musicians do drugs. And Pete is just so energized over the music is in him that I don't think he need drugs. Drugs is like beyond him. He don't need it because he have this high energy anyway.
Same old place, a sweet home Chicago. Hey, baby, don't you want
Whether he makes it where he's a household name or not, I think Pete has succeeded because I tell him all the time that there are very few people that can get up in the morning and go to a job they love. And Pete does that every day.
I've been in so many bands. and been in so much predicaments with bands and getting sued by bands, getting messed up with band leaders, and the band quit. Just nothing don't work. Cause nobody ain't thinking of the music no more. Everybody's thinking about money, 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 money. Money is great. I love money. Money takes care of bills, it does the right thing. But if you love the art, or the arts, it doesn't matter if you're an artist or a musician or whatever you do, you know, love what you do and have the passion for it, because if you in it for the money, you might as well leave now.
That's a red house over yonder. And that's where my baby, she used to stay. That's where my woman used to stay.
His love just go out to everybody, and everybody feels it, you know.
Why you see my pretty baby? 99 and what happened?
He has bad days like everybody, but he always has that dream that someday he'll make a mark in the music, whether it's him playing or producing or recording. He'll never give up that dream, and I really like that about him.
Wait a minute, must be something wrong. I guess this damn key won't unlock the door.
Music is a language of its own, a world of its own. It's nothing but an abyss. It's a black hole. And the only thing you got to do is fall in and just keep falling and try to understand it more. And that's what I try to do. I try to play deeply from my soul, because I don't know if I'm going to live tomorrow to play the same way again.
Well, I've been listening to the blues since I was 10 years old. Well, my father told me, son, don't you never lose your goddamn soul. Well, I went to church every Sunday morning, and all the weekdays I had a little fun. Well, I tell you, fellas, gonna bring my bottle, and we're gonna be on the run.
Red wine.
He can sing that. Red wine. Yeah, he can sing that.
Everybody had the blues. Blues to me is nothing but a good man feeling bad, or a good woman, or anybody's feeling bad, a good person. Doesn't matter. Everybody had the blues.
Oh, no. That Morgan David was so good to me. Or Irish Rose.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get a bottle of wine. Have a real good time.
Oh, we y'all. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna drink a little bit of moonshine. Son.
Oh, they got me.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, say, I'm gonna drink a little that moonshine.
Yeah.
What it is, what it is. Oh, yeah. Come on, Skeeter.
Don't you know it's so good to me?
Yeah.
One more time. Red wine. Oh, so good to me. Well, Sunday morning I go to church, but in the afternoon I get a little drunk. Well, I get home and see my baby, and I know everything's gonna be fine, 'cause I'm drinking that red